Hey everyone, it's Kunda here with you once again before the election, well, on election day. This is a video about how I'm voting, because people are obviously interested in that. But for real, if you are, I'm going to try and make this quick. Here's what it is. I'm going to show you the good and the bad in relation to my choice and the local riding. And one thing that I saw someone bring up this morning, federal elections under Canada are really almost 3 elections in one. We're choosing the local candidate, the party, and the party leader all in one X in the ballot box. It's like, it's what it is. So let's get into it. So here's my low-tech way to show you who I'm really not voting for, who I kind of almost considered, and then the actual considerations up here. So, who I'm absolutely not voting for and why. The Liberal Party of Canada, my marker or my pen was dying, and the Veteran Party of Canada. The Liberal Party of Canada, the bad is basically everything, and the good, even most people who support the Liberal Party of Canada, from what I hear, the good is basically they're not the Conservatives. And I don't want to vote like that. Canadians and none of the people under Canada should want to vote like that, so I'm not going to vote like that. As for the Veteran Party of Canada, basically all I know about them is the name. That's it. So, let's keep going. These are the parties I weren't really considering, but they kind of got on my radar for like one issue or another. Like, they had like one thing or two things that made me think of perhaps voting for them, and like they were basically considerations out of strategy. So under this one, the CPC and the NDP, Conservatives and the New Democrats. So I checked out a campaign event with the CPC and Martha McQuarrie. She's a really nice lady. I kind of like her. Well, I'm not going to vote for her, but that's more about the party than it is about her personally. Like, if she was a candidate for a different party, I would be considering the party, but she's a nice candidate. It's the party that's kind of holding her back as far as my vote's concerned. The bad about the party is basically everything. The good is that they're not trying to do gun grabs. They acknowledge that it's fucking expensive and useless, and that's basically it. That's one of the good things about the NDP as well that I was considering. Their view is they want to allow cities to ban handguns if they choose, but they're not trying to do federal bans. They're also trying to do free healthcare, dental, pharmacare. There's some good things, but the bad things are that they're totally globalist, and they're basically the union party. And I'm not anti-union, I just haven't seen enough from unions in the past, well, in my lifetime, to make me a pro-union person. So, let's keep going up the list. Who was I considering to actually vote for, and like as of this morning? So, in no particular order for the top three, these are how these stack up. So let's talk about my top three picks. It really feels like we're really only being offered like a thing here from one party, a thing here from another party, but none of the parties really have it all together. And I can't really feel good about voting for any of them, as you can probably tell by this video so far. But there's some good things about these ones, and the rhinos are basically just a representation, a national representation of Canadians being like, fuck all the parties, they all suck. But aside from the rhinos, the good about the PPC is that they're not about corporate welfare. They want to end bailouts. They want to stop sending money outside the country. And as far as foreign relations spending and affairs go, they want to cut foreign spending. They want to advocate for us. And yeah, it doesn't really seem like from any of the other party leaders that they would strongly advocate for us on the global stage over other people, kind of thing. For those of us who want to take care of others after we take care of ourselves, the PPC are basically the option. The bad thing about oh yeah, and also Matthew Southall, I don't know if you've seen my interview with him. He's a really nice guy to talk to, and I hope he does well. I hope the PPC get a few seats. I'm not sure if they will, but I hope they do. The bad about the PPC is that anybody who gets in the way of them and their government, they want to steamroll. They want to use like any legal option available under Canada to, if they wanted or if they need to use violence against people who don't want what they're selling to us, they want to use it. And that's just not what I'm about. As for the GPC, it's almost the inverse, really. The GPC is basically a subsidiary of the Global Green Party. They go by global green values, supposedly, all that kind of thing. The bad about them, I just don't really see eye to eye on a lot of things. I do on a private level. I don't necessarily think that government should be doing what all the things that they think government should be doing, but I think those things should get done. It's more about how and not what. But the good about the GPC is, well, there's a lot of good too. They want to legalize all drugs, which is a fairly libertarian position. Their local candidate is a very strong candidate who I agree with more than I agree with the Green Party in general, which is why I'm almost certain to vote for the Green Party. But I was this close to voting for the Rhinos. This close, because the Greens are so global, and I don't agree with the anti-democratic idea of being more accountable to a central party that's trying to vet its candidates than the local people that support that party. The true democratic way to go about things is to allow the organizing at the local level to go about how it's to go about, and if it spreads to the national level, then that's got to be addressed. But you can't whip the votes, and that's pretty much what the PPC and the Green Party are trying to say to the other three big parties. And let's see if they get any closer to telling the NDP, the Conservatives, and the Liberals that we don't want prime ministers who are going to boss their MPs around. So yeah, that's that. It is what it is. I've got to get out and vote. Thanks for watching and listening to little old me and all my political thoughts. And I'm not sure what the next few days are going to hold. I may end up doing work on my gaming content and going on Twitch, getting that all set up, because I've been having a hard time setting things up the way I want. But yeah, enough talk, more walking voting. Talk to you later.